We live. We live. Welcome. Welcome to the heartbeat of the nation, where we have our finger on the pulse. Yes, we are live. I am your host. My name is Paul Nogu, Generali, Ukapatia, the two-striped man with the medal on top. I say Vorna, Vorna Mhlobo, Vorna. Tonight we are delving into a very moment that could change our generation, and like a moment where Bafana Bafana could make history at this particular moment. We're speaking about the FIFA 2026 World Cup, Baba Wami. We have made it through to the last 32. We just played a match this morning with South Korea, which was a very difficult match to play, and all the gods favored us, the gods of football, and we managed to scoop one goal, and we made it through to the last 32. And I think what has happened was that we were fighting to be number two, so we can move on, because now what has happened with the point system at this particular point in time, if they are taking 32 teams to another stage, it will mean they will pick number threes that will be in the top eight, and then they will take those number threes in the top eight because of the goals they've scored and the goals against them, and they will calculate those particular stats and points, and then they will take those eight and then put them into the last 32. But anyway, we have a very difficult match to look up to, and we say congratulations to the boys, congratulations to coach, the technical staff, congratulations to everybody Vela who stayed up to watch the match. And yes, at this particular moment in time, we are finding ourselves believing in what we are seeing and believing the boys in what they are doing. So we are hoping that they are already in an understanding now, the power that they have, the football that they have now is to showcase it to the world. Next Sunday, our Warriors are facing Canada in what is promising to be a clash of the passion, skills, and ambitions. And obviously, the question in everybody's mind is that, can we do the unthinkable? And can we really do the unthinkable? Can we find ourselves in a space where we go to the round of 16? Can that happen? And can we see ourselves doing that? Because anything is possible at this particular moment in time. And when you dream big, you might hit it somewhere, and you might find yourself in spaces where you land. You don't understand how you've landed there, because now you were driven by passion and ambition. Maybe it's too ambitious and to go, we'll go all the way to the last 16, and possibly when we make it to the last 16, we can make it to the last 8, and last 8, last 4, we wouldn't know. But what is interesting now is that if we are playing against Canada, yes, it's the host city, it's the host country, and you must also understand we have played the opening game with the host country, which is Mexico. Ahio, so 100. It was trap, it was shy, was bombing 2. Azanga badlale ngathi. Hayi bopatra was bombing 2. 1 2. Hayi nondenza cimi bani ndasaba D's. Akhali coach. Yathi unabo pepper bo mouthful, because at this particular moment in time the country was not buying that thing of going, we should have lost in a way in which the coach how can I put it, the way the coach wanted us to lose, because also he went onto the game going, I know my thing, I don't want to lose, I know Vela possibly we are going to lose, but he didn't want to lose in a high score. So he wanted to keep, maybe regulate the score as well, to say, hey, shine than a 4-0, shine 7-0, because we've seen other countries losing, 4, losing 6, losing 7. We've seen other countries that were hammered, like heavy. So tactically, uh, it's bittersweet. You would like it, and then you discard it, and then it's a two-way street. Because also soccer is it's a emotional roller coaster, kind of like a sport. When you've invested your emotions, they go up, down. Sometimes you like something, you don't know if you love it to hate it. Sometimes you hate something, sometimes you love it to hate. So all of those particular emotions come to when you are a soccer fanatic, or when you are a soccer fan, you would understand the emotions that you are going through when you see your team or your country play. It's even worse because country has a little bit of, also we can't run away from the political effect of it, and the socio-economic understanding of different cultures, because when we arrive in these particular stages, different cultures and different ways of life, they come, and they come alive, because now you can see how other people are living, and you would understand now, oh, there is an interesting player from this country. Oh, now there is a country that believes in this type of football. Oh, there is a country now that believes in this types of style. So all the time we are learning through each other when we find ourselves in these global stages, because it's all about that. But as a South African sitting here, and we are a small country in terms of the soccer kind of like history. Yes, our soccer history is not old, it's young, and obviously because of the era that we lived in, which was the era of apartheid during those particular times, which the black people were not allowed to participate in particular sports. So they, even participating in particular sports, the opportunities, or the league, or yeah, because we're speaking about football, there was no league for black people, and it was not like professional enough during those particular times. And then at a certain level, our soccer vela was never allowed internationally, because obviously the international world was boycotting South Africa at that particular point in time. So we couldn't participate in some of the sports that were available in the world, your Olympics, your World Cups, yeah, many, because we got introduced to these particular world events at the later stage as a country, and especially as my color, who founded himself in spaces where we didn't know some of these things existed, and even now within our community, some of these sports are still being introduced, and once now these particular sports have been introduced, it was sports we didn't know before. It was sports in which we were like, there is this, there is that. So now within soccer as well, yes, we have a history of having good like players, and yes, we managed to hold it together. And when we were allowed and accepted into the international stages, or into the international events, we made sure that there is a kind of development that we do in terms of our soccer. And obviously the boost via World Cup, it boosted us a lot in terms of the investment, FIFA, in terms of making sure development as a South Africa. It's up to par with other African counterparts, because other African counterparts, you must remember, that already they were a step ahead in terms of making sure that their individual players or their fraternity was well looked after, in terms of transporting players from their original country to Europe, to Asia, to other continental part, in which, like I said, we were never allowed to participate internationally because of the rules which were there back then, which was the apartheid rules. But since that was like, demolished, and the revolution came and we were accepted and we now participated in these global events, and this is our third World Cup, if I'm not mistakenly, like officially one we have qualified through to get. Maybe it's like what there will be two of those, which will be this one and the Komantarakis, Libo Penny McCarthy. When was that? What 95? I would be lying. 95, because 96 was the rugby winning the World Cup, and 94 was the AFCON. When was Komantarakis in nale out there no pina one kunale shy on goal sifika sidlala ne France. He was also playing in France. He was also playing in France, that guy, and he scored an own goal. And like first time playing in that World Cup, and like after I think it's Philemon Masing. After Philemon Masing hit it another rocket to take us Vele to Diding to the World Cup, and where was Dr. Kumalo playing in that World Cup? Yeah, man, I must fact check it. Like, as in, maybe I might be messing up with my facts, but I think those guys were there. Those guys were in that game, and like, if I'm not lying, most of them were playing in that game, and we didn't do good. And then I think we opted for hosting the World Cup. And then when we opted to host the World Cup, they were like, host guys. And then when we hosted the World Cup, we got knocked out. In a few rounds in J. But also we were not also the first country to be able to be knocked out in the round stages. And you must also remember there's also the pressure of newcomers in the space, because I think we are just newcomers, and like within the space you must not even get it confused, and like we are just new. We've just arrived. We have just arrived in like in these spaces, and it proved that we are competitive enough, and our sports it's competitive enough. And like shout out to also the scouters, and like the people who are scouting for our football. And I will name one, and like Utugutugu, yeah, Makaya. Yeah, thank you very much, Autiam, for spending your time and spending most of your and like spending half of your life looking for such talent, such greatness that we see in our space now. And our boys are very disciplined. Our boys are very motivated, because it's not only they are proving to themselves, but they are proving to a lot of people. And like I said, it's a generational shift. What they have done now is just a generational shift. It's like your pentagogy now has shifted, and like it's a new paradigm now. It's a paradigm shift, and it's a new thing now. The way we will do things, the way now we will look at our soccer, the way now our young boys who are now thinking one day they might lift the World Cup. At this particular point in time, we have no doubt, and like one day we might lift, that thing. And we might be called one day and go, yeah, they said it, and like they dreamed one day. These guys documented this thing to go one day. These guys will win this thing, and like and by the look of thing, we are just new. And when you are new and doing such a thing, and like it becomes something else. And you must also remember, once you dream big and you believe, I mean, I can assure you now, we will put our name on the chronicles of the football history. We will. And let me tell you, Africa had dreamed of this, like, I don't know, for decades. We have watched it like continental football. We have seen some of the countries who managed to even get to the semifinals, managed to even get to the last bit in the World Cup, and Ampermarne Stamperni, they managed to get it, no, they flopped, no. But at the end of the day, we have watched heroes play their part, in constructing And what also motivates some of us is that when we look at particular players that are playing in particular countries, we can tell you at this particular moment in time, Guti, those are African players, most of them. Possibly they've got their own citizenship of this particular country because their mother or their father are born in that, country. So obviously citizenships, they play part, and other players will play in other countries. As we now have Ocon, who's playing for us, who's a center back, he's a stain at that one. When he faces and with Mpogazi there at the back, we are safe. We are okay with those guys. You can tell, and with Mudiba and Mudau. Mudau is a sprinter. Did you see sprinting with Son? Pela Son is now, he's a sprinter. You know him from Tottenham Hotspurs. He can run, that guy. But yesterday, Mudau was like, baba, naming nali chubane, nam sprinter, sprinter. So you can tell now, Guti, we can see the quality of also the players we have, and now Africa can understand, what we can also, try to achieve and try to put our soccer, because at the end of the day, we have to put our name up in terms of being competitive enough, and our players showing that they are competitive enough, and obviously scouters and obviously people who are now interested in the soccer fraternity side of it. We have made it to the last 32, meaning within these 233 countries or these 142 countries that are available in the FIFA and the 52 continental affiliated African countries, within that we are number 32. So in Africa, when you bala the qualifiers of Morocco, ubala Egypt, ubala yo in Cape Verde, cause na Cape Verde figile ndoda I understand na ukuthi phuma kuphi mara yayenza na yenza kwenzeka. And we've got some other African countries, Ivory Coast, I know they are there, to say wow, to make it to the last 32, and if there are 4 or 5 of them, naganjani mvana semzini, you'll find us in the semi-finals. There's no way you're not going to find one African team in the semi-finals. Like I can assure you now, there's no way you will not find an African team in the semi-finals. An African team will be in the semi-final. I'm not saying it's South Africa. Might be, ding, 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 ding. Might be. Because in soccer, there are possibilities, and there are miracles, and there are luck, and there are no what if, therefore. So when we go in there, Sunday will be ruthless as possible. And we must make sure scalendoting. And there's no way in terms of the beautifulness of how you win. As long as you score goals, Bafana Bagit. As long as you score goals, because goals wins you game. We saw Gute, you can play the most beautiful soccer ever. And another thing is, to be the best, obviously, you have to play against the best. There is no way you're going to say you are the best and play against not the best. You have to face the best. And for me, it's a good thing if they also going to beat Canada, because we have to beat Canada. We have to be like ruthless. Fantasy shine in fit. We can beat Canada. And if we beat Canada at this particular moment in time, it's not something we can fear. It's not a country that, we can go out, their football is one of the best football ever in continental or world global. No. Maybe now I need to go back and do my research about the Canada, what's Zisha, what's keeper, but they are the host team, and we've understood that pressure. That's number one. We've understood that pressure of being, in front of host nation. Yes, at this particular point in time, we might go, hey son, we've been humiliated about in front of the host nation. Bastrapile nhle, saphuma stombile, saphuma singaka, siloku sinywana, sekasi nokukren. But now we've learned from that, and when we go to Canada, hey, I'm sorry, those boys won't flinch, Skoko. Hey, I'm sorry. There's no blinking now, Skoko. I'm sorry. Now it's now all or never. And I heard there's some sugar there. They've got some sugar now. There's sugar, 100 and million there for the qualifiers and like. And obviously, we are in South Africa, my gang. When we speak also man, you must also remember these boys are not, like I said, playing for themselves. When we hear also this particular reimbursement, when we hear these particular gifts that they get, and we hear these particular things that they can have in terms of bettering their lives and bettering the lives of their family and bettering their lives of their communities and bettering the lives of South Africans. It's like quite huge, that thing. It's quite big, that thing, you know. This 139 million that you are saying when we have qualified for these 32 rounders, how much sugar they're going to get. And obviously even siyazi ukuthi Uncle Rupert nyano bashayenge nga bling bling nini lapana ba blingizela abafana baba mnandi bafaka into ezigrand khona manje makabheka isikhathi lapana siyamchopha lapana mfana semzini, must not even face the sun because ayisibhaya lapha. So those kind of things, they also good for motivating not just only them, but in, you know, making sure that you are also telling the boy in Guguletu, a boy in Khayelitsha, a boy in Mpumalanga Kwanyamazane, a boy in KwaZulu Natal, a Fried, that you boy, a boy in Maadi, in Springbok, there in the Kalahari, to say, my boy, you can even take out yourself, your family, and live a better life. And through this football, that's also what you can do. Meaning, if we gun up for these particular opportunities, when we live up to the expectations in big events such as this, it means that we can get the sugar. So if we are okay enough, if we get inspired enough, we can punch this thing, you know, because our journey has not been soft. It's a journey of resilience and passion, and we've grown over times, and we are hungry enough, and we as fans, vele, we are reckless, vele, we are big mouth, vele, sikhuluma kakhulu, abo pepper, vele, because we believe, and tinabanye we believe so strong that we believe our Messi naye umfukeni, we believe umkhupa wethu naye mfana semzini uhalad. He just has to open his eyes when he's there in the 18 and a shamanet and just hambeni bafethu. There's no way at this particular point in time to be crying over anything. You have inspired millions of us across Africa. So when it comes to Canada, we must beat them. Absolutely. And the game is ours to take and play at this particular time. If we need to be ruthless, let's be ruthless. But be disciplined, fearless, and we must play with heart, like we did, vele. And we must make sure that, obviously, I understand the other players that have got their red cards, they were suspended, they need to come back to be filled within the squad. That's also a boost. And also staying with the squad that you had even in the beginning, coach, you know, it's also good. So it's up to you now. At this particular moment in time, me as a couch potato coach, I can say much, but you know, at the end of the day, it's up to my gang, and it's up to, you know, the people who are filled in that day. But as we face Canada, we will come back with smallanyana research to understand who is their good player, who is who in the zoo within the Canadian, you know, football fraternity. As for South Africans, if we keep what we're keeping, play with heart, and now it's about resting, vele. We must just go back, rest, breathe, recover. Thunyana days nyana kungenzakalanga nix siloku zule America sibona into ezigrand, and ningagangi bafana bami ngoba manje senseyintweni bese ke niyaganga. Discipline bafowethu, ningahambi nijakala, ningahambi nenza into ezisnacks, nibuyeni keep the grand, keep the fit, so that we can be able to come back, because hey, this could be a World Cup to be remembered. Already it is a World Cup to be remembered. You must understand, this is just a surprise. And now it's a surprise. It's underdogs now, the story of the underdogs. And then the underdogs now have their ear just up. The underdogs have their ears just up. They have one leg on something possibilities that might be. We know there are other great countries. We know there are other African great countries, and we know we're still gonna face even more than I don't know. I mean, what if we face Argentina? Boh! Yo, what if we then face to face Portugal? Duh. What if we then face Senegal? So it's gonna be fun, like to watch this World Cup and to see our boys. It's gonna be like fun. Our spirits are high. We are looking forward to the game on Sunday. We just have to know what's the time. Cause hey, le khathi just-double ndoda sivuka ekuseni vandag indoda plus ke bengilayite ne-radio ngento eyawuthi ngizwe i-radio ngoba i-radio ngiyazi ngeke imise opportunity ngoba i-TV vela ngisabona nix ngoba i-radio ningizoyoza bangitshela unango usibani mani walibamba nango la kade ngone so ngiya-understand ukuthi okay mangisebuzwezwe ngiba grand. But anyway, we also have hope that other players can get the opportunity to play at this particular level and feel the level of the pressure and feel the stage as well. I know at this particular point in time there will be, hey, don't change the pattern. Hey, mang is still dlalare put. Hey, now I wouldn't want to be in coach's shoes and like at this particular moment in time. I don't want to be the coach at this moment in time. Leave it to the experts and now we are just fan following and saying halala Bafana Bafana, halala Bafana Bafana, msotra izinto sakhona and as in asivaleni. But before sivala, in South Africa we are ready. We are prepared to make history. I say, Tina, let's rally behind Bafana Bafana. Let us make sure they know and at this particular moment in time. Good, very we have in the cookie jar because this is bigger than them. We know soccer is politicized, very, because their win is not just the win. And you must understand now, we are facing difficulties in our country. We are facing difficulties in our continent. There's no way we're going to let this opportunity slide. And there's no way these boys are going to let this opportunity slide at this particular moment in time. Because if they crack it and if they make sure we surprise the surprise that needs to be surprised at this moment, we must just make the pots that make the thing that make the pots not to be made, and we must just deal with them and magic nje understand ezakantsara shine your magic singanalo ukuthi magic siwuthola up and because now at this particular point siyayifuna le Mandela magic, siyayifuna le Mandela effect itubathi zaka ituba zakaza le Mandela effect ngoba maseyithe zaka le Mandela effect sizoba mnandi, sizoba ngena ngendlela correct. Mara manje mayengabi mnandi angeke singene correct, sizoyingena ngenye indlela ebhayisisekayo, uyabona. But manje we need to be focused at this particular moment in time because this is not just solemnly a thing that just happened. It is a generational shift, And I'm thinking of my boy now, he's 4 years old, and when he knows very well, Uguti, we have achieved what we have achieved in this generation, and these particular players who have played in this particular level, and who has played with this intensity, and has played with this particular... Because when we lost that first game, there was no way we were seeing what now is happening. And we must give props. And props needs to be given when they are true, because this is a surprise. Mfukza surprise, Mahopa surprise, Bafetu surprise, because that's a surprise. Nati, we find ourselves in space and we are going, we are shocked, we are shockadelic. Besicabanga ukuthi imidogo man. Bengicabanga ukuthi imidogo nemidogo bayipheka le midogo. Bapheka le midogo. Imidogo la kodwa bapheka le midogo. Bayibona le midogo bapheka. You did wonders. The surprise even now was something else that, our mouths are closed. We don't have anything to say. Nation is happy. People are happy. There is a moral which is high, and thank you for giving us that moral. Thank you for giving us a hope of better things to come. And as I could say, even before, we're just a young nation who just came out of a very brutal era and many years of being deprived such opportunities. And now we are in spaces where these opportunities are given to us. And this is what we do. We compete and we find ourselves in spaces where we are going, yes, count us in, because we also have talent and we also have what it takes, you know, to play in such level. And in any diaspora, I mean, any diaspora you may think of, you may also think of art, meaning our artists are the best artists you will ever find in the world. And I can swallow my words with that. And yes, I said it to say what? No. I said if we lose. I said if we win, I will come back and eat what you must remind me. Yeah, share them comments there. I think we must go back to the last episode that we had together, because we said something about a promise. I don't know if you said if we win, this is what's gonna happen, and if we lose, this is what's gonna happen. I think we shared something about that. And if we can help each other and like in the comments here to say, hey Baba Wami, you said this manje, I'll tell you what you must. I'll tell you what I must. If you can just remind me of what did I say I must dollar. I will dollar what I must dollar. But at this moment in time, we are sitting in the space where we are all surprised of what just happened in Ultra, in America, and South Africa has made it to the last 32, in which we were surprised because Tina, we just arrived. And Siabo just arrived, sense are busy. Sense abantu busy. We've just arrived, but I see busy. I see busy over, man. I see busy. Sense abantu busy, man. No. We have just arrived, and this is what we do. We make people busy over. Busy. We're busy over, man. And thank you very much to the technical team. Thank you very much to the players. Thank you very much to Safa, because you still have things to fix there in Safa. Your administration, we needs to be looked at. Don't think we have forgotten. You have flip-flops now and there. And some of you needs to be fired, because our soccer now will not be derailed. The progress cannot be derailed because of administrators. And we must understand that we must put that across to say these administrators and then who are delaying and who are delaying progress, we must just fire them all so that we make sure that we prevail and protect our sock. Because this now is a skill we need to protect. And if this such a skill obviously can be distributed in places like your Kuleti, your Kayalicha, your Kwanyamazane, your Fried, and all of these places, the kids will also know they can get out of poverty. They know very well that it could be a better future for each and every one of them. As we all know, this soccer can change lives, and soccer such as this one, can play a role. And just imagine these people were getting paid dollars and rands and yens and playing in Arabian leagues and playing in Spain and playing in Europe and all of that, what could do to the nation, to the people, to the individuals. I want my son Vele to go play in Europe and England. I the pound, man. I the dollar, man. I just touch munati, dibi riba munati. Asar kwalla ka montle, man. Riba munati ka ofela. Asibeni mnandi bafethu. Just remember, let's support our boys and forgot us, the fans, us, abo pepe, the mouth. Angithi bathi sipepe bayekele bakhulume. Some of them are there working. Tina, we are here pepe. Nah, it's not that. Tina, we are here to support and obviously our support comes within a price, because as money support is fagumbono and it's even worse Mawazi Pagania and the Mawazi Orlando Pirates, the people's team. You know very well ukuthi abomakhala njalo bohlale bakhala njalo alikilanga eli right for abomakhala njalo ngoba bohlale bakhala njalo, win bakhala, lose bakhala, bathathi champion bakhala, abathathi champion maybe World Cup izosithulisa. Maybe World Cup is your thulisa. Anisishushuzeleni lapho ngale World Cup ngoba le World Cup ingenza into eziningi. Kahle. Ingasikana ne holiday, ingasika into ezibhaya uyabona. possibilities. I am your host, Paul Nuku Kapatia, generally the two-strutted man with the middle on top. Yazi ngithini mina ngithi vorna mhlobo, vorna.